Hello and welcome to the Peaceful Plate podcast. Today we're going to do a little box breathing practice. So, box breathing is really regulating for our nervous system, helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Box breathing also helps with clarity and focus and emotional regulation and all of the juicy things that we want. And so we're going to do this little practice together. We're going to explore it. And you may be like, hey, like I really like that practice. And I want to tuck that away in my toolbox and pull that out from time to time. Or you may be like, that one's not for me. Either way, it's totally cool. So yeah, just approaching this practice with curiosity, without judgment, and you get to decide if this is a tool that you add to your toolbox or if it's something you leave behind. So what we're going to do for this practice, we're going to start with a little grounding. I always start with grounding, getting it out of our head and into our body. And then I'm just going to gently bring you through the practice, moving at your own pace, taking what you need, leaving what you don't, allowing this to just meet you where you're at. So when you are ready, go ahead and find a comfortable seat. I'm in my chair on wheels, which I love, but it also gets me into trouble because sometimes I'll start like rolling off a little bit. So if I roll off on you, I promise I'll be back. No, I won't roll off on you. And so I'm gonna scoot back a little bit. Just oh, see, I'm rolling. Bring my legs up and just go ahead and settle in. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels supportive for you. I love closing my eyes when I practice because it just allows me to tune out any distractions in the room and really pay attention to my breathing pattern. Our breath tells us so much. It's one of our body's ways of communicating with us. So I invite you just to observe the organic rhythm of your breath, the ebb and the flow. You can begin to notice where your breath is hanging out. Noticing if you feel it in the upper breathing space, the chest area, the middle breathing space, the rib cage area, the lower breathing space, deep in the belly. Or maybe you feel it mingling all throughout. And again, just observing. And then just noticing the seat beneath you, noticing the firmness or the softness of it, noticing the texture beneath your hands, your tongue just gently resting in your mouth. You can even notice any anticipation for the practice. And we're just going to transition into the practice now. So with box breathing, we're just going to simply inhale up one side for 4. We're going to pause the breath for 4. We're going to exhale out for 4. And we're going to pause the breath for 4. So you're pausing at the top of the breath and you're pausing at the bottom of the breath. And we're going to just see what it feels like to do each for the count of 4. So I'll guide you through it, but please know you may be at a different pace than me. That is totally okay. Listen to your body. Let this be a loose framework, but really allow your body to do what it needs to do. If changing the count feels intuitive and supportive to you, feel free to change the count. There's no rules here, right? And so I will hold space. I'll provide a gentle framework for the practice. And then your job is to listen to your body's wisdom and to adjust it accordingly so it feels fully supportive for you. So when you are ready, I'll move my hands, right, as I'm breathing. So you can watch that, or you can just close your eyes and kind of just find your own rhythm, as I said, whatever you need. So when you're ready, again, let's just settle into our body for a moment. Feel the chair beneath you. Feel the natural flow of your breath. Feel the texture beneath your hands. Tongue resting in your mouth. And we're going to get ready for that first breath. When you're ready, just gently drawing a breath in through your nose for the count of 4. Pausing your breath at the top for a count of 4. Exhaling your breath for a count of 4. Pausing your breath for a count of 4. Continuing this, I'll bring my hand down, but when you're ready, inhaling for a count of 4. Pausing the breath for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 4. Pausing the breath for a count of 4. Inhaling for a count of 4. Pausing your breath for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 4. Pausing your breath for a count of 4. And just go ahead and continue that cycle. I'm going to hold space for you to take a few more rounds. As you do this, you can continue to notice the chair beneath you, the texture beneath your hands, just bringing the grounding in as you're finding the breath. Also knowing you can adjust the practice to whatever feels best for you in the moment, changing the count. And once you've taken your full next round, you can just come back to that organic breathing rhythm. Noticing just the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Checking in to see how your body responded to that practice and if you want more of it or if you feel like that was enough. If you decide that you want more of that practice, I encourage you to continue. If you have the time, just go ahead and continue to take some additional rounds, bringing the grounding in as you do the breath work and really taking the time to help your nervous system feel supported and at ease. And if you feel like that was enough, then just let that be enough. And so thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoy this practice, definitely stay tuned. I have many more coming your way. And if you didn't enjoy the practice, also stay tuned because this one just may not be the fit for you, and that is okay. I really believe in bio-individuality, and what's best for one person may not be best for another, and that's totally okay. So there's so many practices out there. So either way, if this one was for you, then continue to do it. And if not, just know there'll be another one for you. So thank you so much for being here. And I will be back next week chatting about a topic that I think will really interest you. So stay tuned for that.